Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here. And the game we're about to review is a game that's gone, well, really under the radar. It's one of the very best puzzlers there is to offer on Nintendo Switch, and I just want more people to play this game, so hopefully this review will convince some of you to pick it up. The game is called Cocoon, and this is our review for the Nintendo Switch version. 2023 have swarmed us with quality games, so many that there aren't enough hours in the day to play them all, and now Cocoon has crept onto our screens to buzzing acclaim. Fortunately, if you're busy as a bee and can't dedicate to a marathon game, this is a nice quick one. Jeppe Carlsen, lead game designer on Inside and Limbo, has teamed up with Geometric and Annapurna to unleash this wondrous puzzler. Those who love a good mind-buckler will enjoy curling up in their cocoons for a few hours with it. You play as a bug-like creature traversing an alien land, completing puzzles to progress. Sometimes you get a drone-type companion who helps break down fences, though it also gets eaten by certain monsters. Then there are the orbs, Cocoon's point of difference. Each contains a world that you can carry around with you, both forming parts of the puzzles and containing puzzles within. One orb's land, for example, is filled with prismatic crystals, and another may be filled with puddles and reeds. You might think that this would break your brain, but we're happy to report that our grey matter remains intact, if a little sore. The puzzles are challenging, no doubt, but the worlds within worlds isn't as confusing as it first appears. The game is mostly linear, and its creative UI blocks off areas and retracts items when they are unnecessary. The characters' little wings also flutter to tell players they can interact with something. The controls are very simple: left analog stick for moving, A for interacting. The single yet powerful A button enables you to push and pull things, enter and exit worlds, launch yourself off platforms, and more. You might find yourself a little bug-eyed from the get-go. The tricksy puzzles call for using the orb in creative ways. You have to take multiple orbs from one side to another when you can only carry one, very wolf, goat, cabbage-esque, without wolves, goats, or cabbage. Memorize symbols and use the world's mechanics to your advantage. A puzzle often introduces a function you'll use again in different ways. This seamless logic stays consistent throughout, immersing you in the world. Nothing is wasted and there are no red herrings. Of course, that doesn't mean the answer is always obvious though. Even so, the puzzles are unique and satisfying to solve, not at least thanks to the dramatic flair whenever something unlocks. Thinking and solving is the hero here, and takes more time than executing. There weren't many moments when we found a big gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it. Combat is also in this game, though it's contained to battlefields. In each boss fight, you're chased by a creature that looks like the sci-fi monster version of insects or sea life. They make creepy alien noises and they want to stop you from moving ahead. The combat isn't difficult per se, though it may spook the entomophobic. Moreover, it asks you to think on the fly, not an issue if speed and reflexes come easily. You may have to try a few times and ignore the butterflies in your stomach or frustration when you die, aka getting thrown out of an orb with no lasting damage. If that's you, we recommend viewing it as a fast-paced puzzle, because the rest of the game is well worth dusting off your wings and fighting again. Crushing the bugs earns your orb elevated powers. One allows you to walk on invisible bridges, and other activates lifts that takes you up and down. And as with Inside and Limbo, there's no written word or dialogue, just intuitive visual design, reminding us how much one can say without words. But Cocoon doesn't have much of a storyline. We felt it would have been nice to understand a little more about our buggy friend and their aim in this journey. In Limbo and Inside, the lack of dialogue molded a narrative that pulled us through the play, but this kind of storytelling isn't present here, unfortunately. And it's a shame, since so much love has obviously been poured into forming this intricate universe. That love means the art style soars though. The worlds are outstanding, the details finessed, and our character cute. The orbs alone look so real that we felt that we could reach into our screens and hold them like marbles. The art matches the gameplay too, 3D top-down design and geometric shapes. Each orb's world has its own palette, which helps with orientation and looks beautiful. Peachy pinks, soft greens, and pastel purples. These color schemes are quite different to Inside and Limbo's monochromes. But that doesn't mean that Cocoon isn't as eerie as its spiritual siblings. In fact, the music and sound effects set a decidedly horror sci-fi tone. We're talking violent squeaks, howling wind, and low droning white noise. The music crescendos during dramatic moments, building tension, suspense, and heart palpitations, and there's a synthy hum to say getting warmer or well done. Performance is very smooth for the most part. We noticed a slower frame rate in areas where it was raining or when jumping in and out of worlds. Otherwise, Cocoon runs incredibly well on Switch with no noticeable bugs, except the characters in the game, that is. The controls are very precise too, things snap where they need to be and you don't really have to aim. And weird thing is that the game autosaves, but it doesn't indicate when it's doing so if you like a little more control over your saves, this may bother you. You can though click into load and then you can see where it saved last in case you need to back out of the game. A more significant issue you may have with it though is its extremely quick playtime. While some puzzles may stump you for a good stretch, speedy players will finish it in a session or two. For such a short runtime, some may balk at the asking price, which is $25, and if that is the case, you might be better off waiting for a sale and making a beeline for it then. So in conclusion, Cocoon is a very fun and addicting puzzler. Its unique mechanics and gameplay had us glued to our screens, and it's gorgeous to boot. Its lack of story is a minor disappointment, but if you love puzzles and aren't bugged by fast-paced combat, this game will be an easy favorite, even if it flies by all too quickly. We here at Nintendo Live give Cocoon on the Nintendo Switch an 8 out of 10. And now with the review done, it's time for Felix's personal thoughts. Now, I really enjoyed this game. It's one of the most interesting and innovative games I've played this year. Its puzzles are just so original and well thought out, and yeah, I don't think there's quite anything like it. I also love the difficulty of the puzzles. Sometimes you are a bit stuck, but it's never at the point where you need to search anything up. It's just when you think, what is this? I don't quite know. Oh, I have the solution. It's really fantastic because that is really hard to nail. Sometimes the puzzles are too easy or too hard, but here it hits just the sweet spot. The different mechanics are also just so fun. I love when defeating monsters, you get the orbs to have special powers so you can proceed inside other orbs. It's just so genius, and I feel like just coming up with this idea might have been a bit of a mind-bending experience. Again, this game has gone really under the radar. Please give this game a go, or maybe just wait for a sale and then give it a go, or just talk about it. Share this review, just share the game, because it's really a fantastic and unique experience that I think everyone at least once in their life should try. But after watching this review, are you picking up this game? What do you think of what you saw of the gameplay? Well, let us know down in the comments below. If you like this video, why don't you travel into that subscribe button to click another subscribe button and then travel into that one and just keep on going until you're subscribed to the channel. And don't forget to check out our website, nintendoloft.com, for all sorts of Nintendo related content and reviews like these, but in written form. Stay safe, play this mind-twisting, amazing little puzzler, and I'll see you in the next one. Felix from Nintendo Live, out.